starting goaltenders tonight, Jeff Arkin for the Shipbuilders and Maxime Feener for our own Yarmouth Junior A Mariners.
Feener gets a chance after Wilkins took the loss last night in Liverpool as the Mariners had a 3-0 lead. They couldn't hold it. Bridgewater came back to win. So a couple of times this season you've seen the Mariners have a lead and not been able to hold it, but we'll see how they do tonight against the bottom team in the East Link Division, the Metro Shipbuilders. Sean, we are underway here in goal tonight, like you mentioned, for Metro. Jeff Arkin, he gets the first swipe of the puck there as Donaghy comes racing in. And that goes wide. Hicks to the front of the net. There's another chance for Mercier, and that's to the back. Boy, a couple of really great chances there. Mercier, Donaghy, and Hicks, the top line on for Yarmouth, looking a little different than what we saw last month out front of the net. Now, as they come in front, another chance, and Arkin has to make a great save as Donaghy had a point-blank chance. Mariners with some...
Getting that leg pad out there just in time, I'll tell you.
Pressure by the Mariners to open that up, and they'll make a line change now on Morgan Messenger, Zach Henry, and Colin Campbell, and a lot of fanfare for Colin Campbell.
And Messenger get a loud pop the other night at the Prospects game. The Yarmouth fans loved it when he came out and did a lap by himself before the game.
Messenger said, he didn't expect that.
He didn't know that they'd done it. The rest of the team stayed off, so he was kind of surprised when he turned around and realized there was nobody else out there with him.
CJHL prospect games, Messenger played very well. He was the player of the game in the first game in Digby, and he came here in front of the hometown fans to a loud ovation. We'll have more on the World Junior A Challenge in our first intermission this evening. Game continuing here. We are just about 2 minutes in. Mariners and Shipbuilders. No score so far, but the Mariners have come out of the gate firing. This line continues on. It's Henry behind the net. Throwing that in front. Shipbuilders are going to come away with this. Jonathan Biron trying to send that out, but he'll have to go back with it. Now Brown with it for Metro behind his own net. Throws that way ahead for Rickman. Rickman couldn't take the pass, and Nickerson tries to cut it off. Biron cuts that off again, and there's a shot. They score! Biron from the side, from the far side boards, half boards, throws a shot on Feener, and it goes in. Not sure how, but the Metro Shipbuilders have a 1-0 lead just over 2 minutes into this first period.
It just kind of came down, and were able to do that right off the bat. We'll have to see if they can get the crowd back in on that. Of course, that's what any visiting team wants to do, is take the crowd out as quickly as they can. And it looks like it's a very good-sized crowd here again tonight.
Jonathan Biron from Lower Sackville, 5'6", puts a shot on the net, and it finds its way to the back of Feener, and Metro Shipbuilders with a 1-0 lead. In behind the net now, the Mariners try to press on and get that goal right back. Castro keeps it into the line. They're in to the Metro zone here. Kevin Reed poke checking that. On the net now, McCoach has it stripped away by Reed as he tried to throw that in front to right. Reed now tries to throw that on, picked off though by the captain, Brandon Boutlier. Boutlier will get that up ahead. There was a long shot by Adam Fraser that was stopped. Pop back in front, Boutlier couldn't get that. Now away come the Mariners. Here's Matt Wright, pretty little player for Yarmouth, new on the team this season. Right to the side, tried to get that on for Johannesson, but that was blocked off. Harvey left it for Boutlier, and that puck will go all the way into the Mariners zone as the Shipbuilders will make a change. Yarmouth wants to start up out of their own zone. They come into the Metro zone as Creaser. A little hit there with Langell. Tipped out by McKecker now into neutral ice, but the Mariners will get it back. Lorad, at least he tried to anyway.
Metro looking like a different team right now than they have for the last little while. I mean, they're really coming at Yarmouth, trying to take it to them.
Well, Metro only 2 wins on the season. They've lost 7 straight games, so they have to come with a little bit of fire here. Roos gives the puck away in front, hits the shot, saved by Arkin, the rebound in front. And Pasher tried to get that back in front, but it's in the gear of Arkin. Not sure where the puck was as Mahoney came in and chipped it, but Jeff Arkin will hold on. Arkin's played the most games for the Shipbuilders this season, Sean. He has played 15 games, has a record of 1-11-1 with an .858 save percentage. A little surprised that Anderson Snare is not in the net tonight. Anderson Snare was invited to the Team Canada East evaluation camp in Toronto before the World Junior A Challenge. Didn't make the team, nor did any Maritime Hockey League players, and a lot of controversy over that.
Well, as Laurie Barron explained yesterday at CJLS in the interview that will run again during the first intermission, our guys, or second intermission, our guys were worn out when they got there. He said, of course they're not going to make the team. They had no break. The guys from the Maritime League were all playing right before they flew out to go there, whereas the guys from Ontario and that weren't. So a bit of an advantage for them there.
Speaking of a lot of games and a lot of nights, this is the Mariners' second game in the next 4 nights. Of course, the loss last night at the new Queen's America Place in Liverpool, in overtime to Bridgewater. After tonight, the Mariners will have a real tough test in Truro. Then they'll move on to Summerside for a Sunday afternoon game. So this weekend, a big one for the Yarmouth Mariners. They're on the power play right now.
But at least we know now the answer to the question, can anybody beat Truro? Hamilton did.
Hamilton giving Truro their only regulation loss not too long ago. Mariners controlling inside the shipbuilder zone. They are on the power play, but the shot is carried out by McCoach. It is Jeff Arkin, the goaltender, getting a penalty there. He held the puck too long, so they called him for it. Delay a game. Mariners will bring it back in now. Campbell ripping that around the backboard. To the point now is Desmond trying to keep it in. He has it stolen away, and in over the line is Darcy Burley. Burley with the shot. Score!
Short-handed.
Darcy Burley down the wing, fires it past Maxim Feener, and a short-handed goal for Metro. They're up 2-0.
I got to say, the Mariners are looking very rusty right now, unfortunately. Maybe that was too much of a layoff for them over the last little while.
Castro goes back to have a little chat with Feener. It looks like a timeout is going to be called here by the Mariners. Laurie Barron trying to settle his troops down here.
Get them to shake it off and move on.
2 goals on 3 shots for Metro.
Unassisted short-handed goal.
Darcy Burley with his 3rd of the year. Earlier on, Jonathan Viron scored his 2nd of the year. He is an affiliated player, plays for Sacramento. So the Mariners still have 1:05 of power play time to work with here, Sean.
Let's see what Laurie's talk has, what kind of an effect that's had on the guys.
A pretty good-sized crowd here at Mariners Center has really quieted down. Not quite a sellout here tonight, Sean. Maybe the fans still a little worn out from all the hockey last week with the World Junior A Challenge. It's nice to see a fair amount of fans working the game.
See a few empty seats here and there, but what we've got for a crowd, other teams would love to get. Let's face it, what we think is an empty house, other people think is a full house.
Colin Campbell gives the puck away, and Burley, who just scored that shorthanded goal for Metro, will fire that all the way down the ice. 30 seconds to go in the infraction to the goaltender, Jeff Arkin. It is 2-0 for the Metro Shipbuilders. We are barely 6 minutes into this hockey game. Surprise start for the Shipbuilders. That's what they wanted. There's a big hit behind the net for Jared Hicks. Oh boy, did he ever smoke Chris Clark there.
Trying to get the team going.
Now the puck is carried out. Watch out for Harvey. He leads the team in goals as he was breaking in short-handed. That puck was knocked away by Connor Rogers. Rogers will bring that in over the line, and they'll try to set something up. The penalty now done. We're back to even strength. 2-0 for Metro over Yarmouth. 6 minutes in for this first period. You're listening to Mariners Hockey on the Wave CJLS. Aaron Hicks battling there. Clark.
Hicks is one of those players, when you start getting down or things are going wrong, he's one of the guys that tries to get everybody fired up. Sometimes joking around with them, other times what we saw, that big hit.
Feener played the puck there. It was going to be a nice thing, not sure why, but okay. Donahue with it. Luther Weiss trying to put that up. Roost will cut that off, and Mariners will get the puck back as the Rad settles it in. Mercier will tip it into the zone. He goes off for a change after a long shift. Johannesson on it now, and Luther Weiss. Hennessy circles as he breaks into the zone here, drops the pass for Kevin Reed. Reed to the front of the net, and Johansson with a chance. And Arkin was sharp there. Hennessy couldn't get much of a stick on it though. Reed goes back to the point, and Lorad fails to keep that puck in. Halo got that off of Roost. Roost now into the zone with a shot that hits Lorad and goes into the corner. And Mahoney helps his defensive partner out. Johansson with a long feed for Matt Wright in neutral ice. He's got a man breaking it free and trying to get it to him, but a great play there by Burley to cut that off. Now at the point, a shot, and Arkin will make the save as Josh Desmond laid into one, but Arkin was there to cover that up. 12:47 left to go here in the first, and the Metro Shipbuilders 2-0 over the Yarmouth Mariners.
What a game so far. I mean, this is not what the fans expected when they came out tonight. As I said, the Mariners looking rusty, but a couple of the players are looking like they're trying to really fire everybody up now. Down 2-0.
And very quiet here. I'm sure they did not expect this to happen right now. A little shock here, but all right. The Mariners, you know, they are a good hockey team, and they have definite capability to come back. Brown was in behind the Mariner goals. He tried to center it, but was blocked off by Pasher.
And they finally get it out.
Heckering controlling that. Neutral ice now for Metro. There's that pass up for Cardinal. In behind the goal. Desmond runs into him, knocks the puck away from him. Laid up ahead by Castro. On the stick of Priester. Priester with a shot that sails wide of the goal. Priester after that. Clark tries to get that back. Chris Clark, defenseman, now Toma into the zone. Tried to center, and that would have hit McCoach and went into the net. Would have been a greasy goal for Toma, but he would have taken that one.
As long as it goes in, it counts.
Maybe that's what the Mariners need here to get back into this hockey game. Boutlier in the Mariners zone takes a shot towards goal, and that sails just wide. A speeder may have got a stick on that. Asher's been out there for a while, but he gets that puck ahead. Now Connor Rogers jumping up into the play. Rogers takes a shot, hits Clark. Messenger now gets that back into Clark. Now Campbell controlling in the slot. Over to Henry, a shot, and that was blocked by Langell. Henry gets it back in the corner. He tries to center that. He gets knocked down by Harvey. Henry gets back up, and Langell will hit him. Campbell back in the net. Clark trying to control that as well. Henry comes away with it though on the half side boards. Goes to the point for Rogers. Takes a shot, and that just sails wide of Arkin. Now watch out here. Harvey's breaking up the line as he got into neutral ice. Harvey with the shot, and Maxim Feeder with the pad save. Now the puck is up ahead as they go end to end. Here comes Mercier. Henry rather, breaking that in for Campbell. Campbell now into the corner as Henry left it for him. Mahoney with it. Mahoney for Hicks. Hicks into the corner. Battle there. Hicks and Henry try to get that puck away, but won't do it. Rickman tried to pick it off, and Campbell now into the corner. Mahoney sail that in for Zach Henry. Henry on for Jared Hicks in the corner again. Metro tries to get the puck out, but they can't do it.
Mahoney doing a nice job of keeping it in there.
Mariners doing a good job here of hemming the Shipbuilders in their own zone as the play was gloved ahead by Lorad, but Arkin
Hicks couldn't touch it. Now they're kind of, Hicks and Roos kind of pushing on each other in front of the net.
Looks like Hicks is getting a little mouthy here with Roos. 9:58 to go, first period, and a score that definitely is not expected so far, but you know what, anything can happen in hockey. It's 2-0.
I don't think Hicks was getting up here or anything. He was just saying, you're putting a bit of a wrinkle in my sweater there. Can you let go of it? Very politely.
Out of town scores, DF leading Hamilton 2-0. No score between Amherst and Summerside, and Truro and Woodstock scoreless right now. Mariners win the draw in the Metro zone. There was a shot by Hicks, and Arkin again with a big save.
They've got to get a couple of shots around him. They put several shots right on Arkin, and he's been able to make the easy save on those.
Shots are 8-3 in favor of the Mariners, but it's a 2-goal lead for Metro.
Several sticks in front of the net, and just trying to get the puck past them. The Mariners are having a hard time with that right now.
Connor McCoach into the corner now for Metro in his own zone as Hicks and Donaghy battle for the puck. Hicks does come away with it behind the net. in front of the goal, and Donaghy couldn't get a stick on that. McCoach will come away with it now. He gets that ahead to Burley, who scored a beautiful short-handed goal earlier on. He got leveled there, Sean.
Right at the blue line. He put his head up, and suddenly there was a shoulder in front of it.
That put his team offside at the line. 9:22 to go, first period, 2-0.
I didn't see in which Mariner hit him, but it was a nice hit.
Metro leading Yarmouth, and the face-off is controlled by the Mariners inside their own zone. Josh Desmond with it now. Tries to flip that ahead, and he almost hit Kevin Reed streaking into the zone. He goes behind the net now as Roos loses the puck as Reed and Wright are in there battling away for it. Anderson now into the corner. Langell after that. He can't knock that down, but it does go behind the Metro zone here. Roos loses the puck. Now Bootler will come away with that. Here's J.P. Harvey up over the line. Halo will shoot that in now for Metro. He gets the puck and throws that blindly in front of the net. The only person there to take that was Matt Wright, and he's coming in over the line. Tries to make a move around Langell, but he can't. Puck is blocked off now in front of the goal, and a backhand shot by Reed goes just wide. Into the near side boards here. Reed and Harvey battle for it. Roos in there too. Reed wins the battle, goes back to the point, and Castro tees up a shot, and that hit right and deflected up over the glass and out of play. 20 to go in the first period. Metro up 2-0 on the Mariners.
I was going to say I thought that Arkin was the one that tipped it off, but the referee agreed with you, so it's going outside.
Well, it did look like Wright got his stick on that and tipped it up over. It's sometimes so hard to see.
That's what the referee's thinking too.
Again, the shots 8-3 in favor of the Mariners, but 2 goals on 3 shots. And Maxime Feener with a rough start, but he's kind of settled down a bit now as Metro gets their chances, but it's been mostly Yarmouth who's controlled the play in this first period. So, first goal was scored by Jonathan Biron. It was a weird one, just 2 seconds into the game. Got by Feener somehow, just a shot in the half boards, and then shorthanded. A great goal by Darcy Burley, rushing down the wing and firing it over Feener's shoulder. That's where we stand right now, 7:47 to go in the first, 2-0 Metro.
That second one was one of those goals that you have to admit it was a really nice goal. Unfortunately, it was for the other team.
Matt Toma in neutral ice, and he'll play that on in for Pasher, but Pasher was ahead of the play, so the linesman blows.
Got the puck caught up in his feet, and he crossed the line first, but the officials right on top of that. We've got 7:34 left in the first period, 2-0 for the Metro Shipbuilders.
The officials in tonight's game are John Gallant, Rick Suter, and Richard Paul.
I was talking to John Gallant during the WJAC last week, and there were several of them that were here, but he said you need certain qualifications even to do the lines for one of those games.
Yes, the World Junior A Challenge was so successful here in Yarmouth. Everybody contributed and did a great job, and we will have a feature on that. A full feature, 45 minutes long, coming up on the Weekender this Sunday, and a little preview of that will happen here in the first intermission.
I was going to say, intermission's not that long.
7 minutes left in the first. Metro up 2-0, and the play is inside the Mariners zone. There was a battle in the corner for it, but Mahoney will come away with that. Tried to throw that up ahead for Campbell. It went by his stick, and with it now is Craig Langell. Langell, zone, will try to get an avenue up ahead, try to hit McEachern, but it will find Bootler, the captain. Brandon Bootler will stop. They'll try to circle that into the corner, and he will do that for Adam Frazier. There we get it back on the half boards. Frazier will throw that in behind the net. Mahoney will cut that play off, and Mariners may be able to get a break here as Henry puts that onto the stick of Campbell. Campbell coming right to the net, and he chipped that over Harkin. Boy, the speed of Campbell, you got to watch out for him as he battles for that puck, and he runs right over Brown. And somehow Brown got that puck right back, and Frazier, the drop play for Harvey, that was picked off. It's going to be a breakaway for Zach Henry, and on goal, Zach Henry!
Beautiful! Now that's got the crowd going again.
What a great play. To get that puck ahead, Zach Henry takes it, he breaks in, and he puts it top shelf. And that's where he likes to put it when he's on the breakaway. Not much Arkin can do on that. The Mariners are back in it. It's 2-1 with 5:56 left to go in the first period.
Looking on that play like the Mariners were used to seeing.
Zach Henry reunited on the top line with Colin Campbell. That hadn't happened for a little while anyway. It was in the starting lineup on the first day. But, of course, Henry got hurt in that first game in Bridgewater and missed a month. And he never really got back on the top line. Well, he's on it now. He scores, and it looks like Campbell and
Hicks and Desmond assisting on that.
Hicks made a great play to cut that puck off and get it up ahead to Henry as well. Now the Mariners are in the zone again. It's Mercier in the corner. Mercier out to the point for Castro. Takes the shot. Oh, Arkin was screened as Desmond was battling away in front. Arkin did not see that puck coming. He's lucky that didn't go in. It sailed wide. Now Donaghy up and over the line. Donaghy tries to make a move, and it's blocked off by Arkin as he didn't have control of the puck. Great play there by
Desmond and Hicks right in front of the net there. Hicks trying to tip it, but Donaghy was blocking everything. And as you said, there's no way that Arkin could see any of that. He was lucky one of his players was able to get in the way.
Just over 5 minutes left to go here in the first period, and if you're just joining us, the Yarmouth Mariners went down 2-0, and they just scored. Henry on a breakaway goal, a beauty, to get back in it. It's now 2-1. Face off inside, shipbuilder zone. Ball won by Kevin Reed. Goes outside the zone, and Brendan Nickerson, the 16-year-old from Cape Sable Island, taking that puck. He's going to try to move that ahead out of his own zone now. He'll flip that up ahead of the neutral ice. Oh, and just offside was right as Reed knocked that puck down and brought it in.
I was told some of Brendan's family would be up here from Barrington and Cape Island and that to watch the game tonight. Of course, playing for Team Canada last year, the World Youth Olympics over in Innsbruck, Austria.
There's international experience for a couple of guys from Cape Sable Island. Well, Canadian experience for Messenger, but I'm sure in the future, Messenger may get a chance to crack some Team Canada lineup. Johannesson knocks it down behind the Metro goal, throws it back to the point for Nickerson. Goes the other side for Rogers. His shot hits somebody and goes into the corner. Rickman now after it. Rickman will get that ahead for Jones, who takes the hit from Wright. Jones, a tall forward, and Wright, the smaller guy, comes in and hits him and takes the puck away from him.
Rogers lost his stick, is playing without one right now. Hasn't had a chance to get over to the bench to grab one.
Shot goes back to the point, and that goes wide of the goal. Reed now in front. Johannesson was ready for it, but it didn't reach him. And the puck just gets lifted out into neutral ice here. And the Shipbuilders will go off for a much-needed change, and so will the Mariners. 3:54 to go in the first. Mariners down a goal, 2-1 for Metro. Right into the line is Rogers. He scores! Goal! What? Connor Rogers, the defenseman.
He just walked right through everybody.
I think he caught the Shipbuilders sleeping there.
Both teams were in the, as you said, they were both in the middle of their changes, and he just came right down, and everybody that was left sort of went, uh-oh, what's going on?
Well, Connor Rogers told me before the season he likes to jump up into the play a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
He sure did there as he went long on Arkin there, and the shot beat him the left-hand side. And we've got a tie game with 3:47 left to go in the first period. So the Mariners' offense has bailed out a forced start by Maxim Feener.
Unassisted.
Unassisted goal for Connor Rogers, and we have a tie hockey game at Mariners Center. Away come the Mariners again into the zone. Toma will tip it into the corner. After that puck is Roost and the coach. They're going in after it, but looks like Pasher and Creaser tying that into the corner, and they're really battling for it. The ref may have to blow the whistle here, and he will.
Sending it outside, it looks like.
The shot's 12-4 in favor of Yarmouth, Sean, and we have a tie game. Metro scoring the first two goals, but a couple of electrifying goals. The first by Zach Henry, and then an individual effort by the defenseman Connor Rogers into the zone, and he beat Arkin like he's
I know what Laurie said to them in that break.
Well, Laurie Barron did use his 30-second timeout when they got scored on the second goal, and the Mariners have really responded here. So it's a brand new hockey game with 3 minutes left now in the first period as Metro ices the puck. The faceoff will come all the way back inside their own zone. And the line of Campbell, Messenger, and Henry on right now.
You don't usually see a goal like Rogers' goal there because everybody was heading to change at the same time, and he just happened to grab the puck and go.
Sometimes you catch the other team sleeping and you can take advantage of the play. Draw is controlled now by Yarmouth. Campbell with it in the slot. Henry can't get at it. Mahoney will try to play that ahead and neutralize as he came outside the zone. Up ahead for Campbell, the slap shot, and a save by Arkin as he used the glove and the pad to kind of knock that away, and no rebound on the big howitzer from Campbell.
He knew it was there. He wasn't moving until they blew the whistle.
2:39 left here in the first period. We're tied at 2. Mariners and Shipbuilders.
I think, though, that second goal has taken a little bit of the wind out of the Shipbuilders' sails, to use.
Haha, there it is.
Okay, all the marine jokes will be coming out over the next little while between Mariners and Shipbuilders. They may build them, but we sail them, right?
Yeah, we sail them down here in Yarmouth. They can build them up in Halifax and Shelburne, too.
Hey, we were known as the greatest shipbuilding port in North America for a while. See the things you learn when there's a big tournament here? They come up with all these little facts for you.
I don't think that was in our media information when we had the tournament here last week. But,
okay, I overheard the TSN guy saying it.
Okay. Hey, TSN, really positive broadcast.
Praised Yarmouth a lot.
Sure did.
And a big thank you to our friends from Fast Hockey who did a great job of covering everything last week and got us on the air a few times talking about different things.
Big thanks to the guys at Fast Hockey for putting us on. A lot of fun. Now the puck is thrown in front as Metro gets a chance on the net. Put wide, Burley looking for his second of the night. Puck is thrown back in behind the net now. Castro will get that ahead for Toma. Toma will try to play that out, but it's knocked down again. There's a shot, and trying to go high on Feener was McEachern, but Feener saw that all the way, and he'll cover up. 1:46 now left to go in the first. We're tied at 2.
Good spot to be going into the intermission when you've been down 2-0.
No question.
Yeah, the crowd's starting to get a little noisy again after being very quiet for a little while there.
What happens when the wind gets a little knocked out of your sails? As you mentioned, Jonathan Viron just 2:08 in. He scored from Brad Rickman and Adam Brown. Got Metro off to a great start, and then shorthanded at 4:38 was Darcy Burley.
Metro just got away with a little trip there.
Mariners responded. Metro getting away with that call, but into the zone now. It's a 2-on-1. Hicks coming in, and he fires it just wide. Boy, he had Donahue right with him too, but he elected to shoot. Never a bad play to shoot. Arkin didn't have to save it as it went high and flying. Great chance for the Mariners to go ahead before the second period.
And the one Metro player that was back with him was trying to cut off any passes he could make.
On that puck now in the Metro zone is Donahue as he tried to throw that in deep. Play is cut off though by McCoach. He lost the puck as Donahue took it away, but the Mariners will be penalized, or will they? No?
No, puck, the net's off the post again.
Oh.
First time tonight, but it happened a lot last week.
It was a common theme amongst the international teams. They were all, not too happy with the nets here at Mariners Center. They came off pretty easily. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. And the chances were denied, but...
And the goalies never, ever took advantage of it. Okay, maybe once or twice.
Like the goalies figured it out by the end of the week. Last minute of play here in the first now. And Wright will control inside the Metro zone as he gets it into the corner for Kevin Reed. A gritty line here for Yarmouth, trying to get something going and go ahead before the period is out. Arkin makes a save on the Johannesson shot. Now coming away with it again is Burley. Burley up ahead. There's a shot by Cardinal that goes wide. Cardinal goes in behind the net, trying to throw that in front. It does go. All the way back to point for Langell. Langell doesn't get it in very deep as it's cut off by Mahoney. Langell will get it back at the point, and Burley going after it again, but the Mariners will come away with it. Wright will dump that into the Metro zone. 15 seconds left to go. Puck rolls all the way down on Feener. They'll just play that off to Rodney Mahoney. 10 seconds to go. Maybe a quick up here. The Mariners could get a chance, but it goes into the corner and in behind the net. Just a few seconds left to go. And a puck thrown on goal. And Larkin made the save. And Henry wrapped it into the net before time expired. So after one period of play, we are tied at 2, and we'll have a first period recap before we go to a commercial break here. The first goal was scored by Metro.